from Bradenton, Florida. It's good to see each and every one of you all. We're glad to be here again on a Monday night with our family. It's always good to see you all. We can't wait until after the elections and next year when there's no COVID and we can all get together in person, hug each other, high five each other, and celebrate the victories that we have. But we've got some exciting information for you. And, these Monday nights are designed for you guys, not necessarily for us, but for you. It is for us too, because we love seeing you all. But the bottom line is we're here to help you join us in the Freedom Club, right? How many of you all want to join the Freedom Club? Say yes. Okay, and you can do it. There's no question about that. And because if these two bumpkins can reach the pinnacle of success with LifeVantage, you can too. And so we've got some exciting things for you. Make sure each and every week that you do have a pen and paper. Again, we're glad to have each and every one of you here for Monday night. We're not here to waste your time. You're not here to waste ours. We want to give you what it takes to equip you to become all God's called you to be. So take it over, baby.
All right. Happy Monday. We hope everybody is having a great week so far, and it's only going to get better. Honestly, y'all know me and us really as the encouragers, and that's just who I am. But I want you to listen to what I have to say. This is a statement that is so true if you think about it. Here it is. If I asked you to name all the things you love, how long would it take you to name yourself? Got to think about that. Most people, when you ask them what they love, they'll name off a bunch of things and whatever. But you really got to start loving yourself first. Because when you do that, you're going to attract other people to you because you're exuding love for yourself. And you're going to attract to you what you are. I want to tell you a little story just because. When I first got out of high school, I had a job as a bank teller for a short period of time. And then I got a call from someone in the small town I'm from. I'm from a very small town. And, they asked me to become a loan officer. And so I was like, heck yeah, the money was more. And so I started in that job. Well, in a small town, you can be a big fish in a small town. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, once I got this job, then this company did a press release on me with my picture and everything and blah, 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 about it was some big whoop, which I guess it was, and I was happy about it. But here was the funny thing. I got a call at my job right after this press release came out, and it was my first grade teacher. Her name was Mrs. Hicks. She said, Renee, I'm so proud of you. She said, I knew from the time you were in my class that you were going to be special and do something great. And I just wanted you to know I'm so very proud of you. And, I thought to myself, seriously, how many first grade teachers follow their children or in the town that, hey, you did something and I recognize that. And from that really experience for me, I thought about that for the rest of my life because I thought somebody thinks I'm special. And like I said in the beginning, you need to think of yourself as special in the beginning. And, that happened and I felt really good at the time, but we all know life happens. I mean, that four-letter word that starts with the S happens to everybody in different forms and throughout your life. So, I was very young then and, oh yeah, I was on top of the world, but, when you start living life, then stuff gets thrown at you. And when that happens, you got to remember those times that you felt really special about yourself. So I want y'all to do that because it means so much, not only just in your personal life, but in your business life too. So that's my 2 cents for tonight. Love you, and I hope you all think of yourself as special. And when you name the things you love, you name yourself.
Amen, baby. Thank you. You know, here's the thing. Every day we go through life, how many people do we miss out on that are supposed to receive the gift that God has given each and every one of us? I mean, that's the thing. If anything moves us more than anything else today, it is when we're out, because God's given each of us a mission, quite frankly, and it's a mission to help others, right? And to help the world, help first our family become better, our community become better, and ultimately the world. Well, the gift that we've been given, obviously here with this family, is LifeVantage, and a gift, what I believe, is health and longevity, because there is not another company in the world that can say definitively, like we can, that we reduce oxidative stress by 40% in all humans, regardless of age, of 40% in 30 days. That's impossible to be said by any other company. The significance of that is that all diseases directly related to oxidative stress. That is so important. Listen, that's a gift, friend, and you got to give the gift out in order for you to be blessed and to be able to bless other people. And so what I would say to you is this, because my short message tonight is basically on persistency and consistency. It's the question of this: what's the best time to plant a tree? Would it be today? No, probably 10 years ago, right? Because the tree would have bloomed by now, right? A tree that you planted 5, 10 years ago has got fruit, right? And so, but when you plant a tree, it takes time for it. You got to nurture it, you got to water it, you got to fertilize it, you know, and it's going to grow up, and eventually it's going to produce fruit. Well, how many of y'all familiar with Starbucks? We'll give you a quick story, because your life has everything to do with the tree that we're talking about being planted 10 years ago. LifeVantage is only 10 years old. This organization is less than 5.5 years old. Okay, so we have not been planted that long. But Starbucks, when Starbucks got in, everybody loves Starbucks today. It took 13 years before Starbucks opened their 5th store. Now I want you to listen to this. 13 years that Starbucks was in business, they opened their 5th store. Suppose they would have said on year 13, you know, we've got 4 stores. This coffee thing is just not going to work. A lot of us would not have the blessing of being able to drive through a Starbucks and have the goodness that they give us in this caffeine, right? That's the reality of it. But he didn't. Okay, 13 years after starting Starbucks, he opened his 5th store. And today, I go by 5 stores just running down the street to the Walmart. Okay, what's my point? Persistency and consistency. Okay, it took him longer than 5 years. It took him longer than 10 years for his tree to blossom. Okay, how about Sam Walton? Sam Walton started Walmart. Okay, Walmart is the world's largest retailer globally, the world. Okay, not United States, not Arkansas, but the whole world. Okay, Sam Walton opened his 2nd store after his 1st store was in business for 7 years. Did you hear what I said? Sam Walton opened his 2nd store 7 years that he'd been in business. Now suppose him and his wife would have got together and said, man, this distribution system just not working. We've been doing this for 7 years, Renee. We ain't making squat. Okay, and he'd have shut down. How much of the world and how much of our lives would have been affected adversely had Sam Walton quit on 7 years when he opened his 2nd store? Okay, my point is this: we're all young and we're in a microwave society, and everybody seems to want everything now, right? But it takes time for a tree to blossom. It takes time for the roots to grow, right? And all of us are growing roots in with this 10-year publicly traded company that's got a science that no other company has on the planet right now. And we are the only one in the neighborhood that's got this. And so I can tell you this for sure: the quicker you open your mouth and tell people what it is that we have and what nutrigenomics is about, the deeper your roots will get and the quicker the fruit will produce. There's no question about that. And I hope you got something out of those 2 stories, because the truth is it takes a while. When do we want to plant a tree? Okay, best time is 10 years ago. Okay, well, your tree's planted now. And so now let's get out. Let's start spreading the word of what we truly have here, so that we can produce the fruit. Because your fruit will produce, because the one thing for sure, quitters never win and winners never quit. And I've always looked at my wife, 35 years now, I said, you're a winner. She tells me I'm a winner. Okay? I'm telling you, you guys are winners. And you got everything it takes. The world don't want you to succeed. Politicians don't want you to succeed. Your peers probably don't want you to succeed, but we do. And so as long as you tie a knot in that rope and you hang on to us, we're here for you to help you get what God has called for you. And so you don't want to end up in heaven and say, hey, what happened to all my fruit? Well, you left it down there. It's here. You see it now, but you could have had it down there. Okay? What does the Bible say? As it is on earth, as it is in heaven, right? Hello? Gold streets in heaven. Ain't no trailers up there. Nothing wrong with trailers, but there are many mansions in heaven. And you got one up there, but guess what? You got everything you need down here. Call it forth, okay? One of the greatest things I've learned in our family here with LifeVantage is from our dear friend. I love him with all my heart, and that's Dr. Sam Warren. Dr. Sam Warren said one night, the universe is voice activated. Speak into it and you'll get it back. I promise you, if you'll record yourself throughout the day and listen back to what it is, you'll realize why you're not further along than where you should be, quite frankly. And I catch myself every day as well. But speak what you want. When you get up, you put your feet on the ground, say, God, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for the abundance that you've given us. Thank you for LifeVantage. Thank you for the leadership you've given us. Okay? Thank you for our approach 3-shift, 4-shift, 5-shift, whatever the case may be. And thank you for putting me in front of people today that need what we have. Okay? It's as simple as that. It's called the attitude of gratitude, because you bring about what you think about every single day. Okay? And that's evident in everyone's life that's on this call. Evident on everyone's life that's on this call. That's a fact. You know, we were in the Gulf, Dr. Sam Warren, his beautiful bride, Tara, myself and Renee were in the Gulf of Mexico about 3 weeks ago for 3 or 4 hours. We were out there a long, long time in deep discussions. You know, we used to do something years ago called masterminding. Well, we mastermind today as leaders. And the beautiful thing that we all know about and what we want to convey to you all, a message that I want you all to take home with you tonight is this. It's not all about just us, okay? Yes, it's activity that we do, okay? Sam Warren said something, and we all feed off of different leaders. And Sam feeds off some that I have never heard of. Eric feeds off some, and we all get from different sources. One thing Sam said while we were sitting in the Gulf of Mexico, he says, Steve, this guy is teaching that you really not even got your business going until you've personally sponsored 30 people. And he looks at me and says, have you sponsored 30 people? And I sort of laughed, you know. But the reality is, my point on this, on 30 people, and yes, I told Sam, I said, we've sponsored over 200 people, but remember, it's 5.5 years. 68 of them are distributors. The rest of them are preferred customers. And I go back to the call a week or 2 weeks ago, and even what we mentioned on Brian and Holly's call last Thursday is, the more you believe, the more action you take. Bottom line, right? The word says, hope deferred maketh the heart weary, or maketh the heart sick. Well, when I listen to the Super Saturdays, the Saturday Success Saturdays, yeah, the Mastery, Success Man, and watch this, like Sam Warren, and watch this doctor on there talking about the importance, the most vital thing we can do is activate and flip our switches in our body to stay healthy, right? And so what it does is it just raises belief in us that we have to go talk to other people. But here's my point. You don't have to sponsor hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. You're not doing it on your own. This is a collective team effort, okay? We happen to run into and sponsor Eric Fawcett, Eric and Sharon 4 years ago or so, right? And it took him 2 years before he ever engaged and upgraded to a distributor, but now he's been in 2.5 years and he's a Pro 5, okay? It took 4 years ago for us to sponsor him. He did nothing for 2 years, 2.5 years. Now he's engaged. He went out and touched San and Tara. San and Tara are Pro 4s, moving on through Pro 5, 6, and 7 very, very rapidly. Okay, I didn't sponsor San and Tara. Renee and I didn't. Okay, we sponsored Eric and Sharon. So ultimately what happens is the amount of effort you do is very big in the beginning. But after a period of time, the effort is small, That's why but yet the growth continues to multiply, right? That's why we call it leveraged income, because now we're leveraging off of a big amount of people versus just ourselves. In the beginning, yes, it's 100% effort of what we do, okay? But eventually it becomes 1% of the efforts of hundreds of people. And I'll tell you this, my goal has always been, and we have never done this yet, but we want to do this and aspire to do it, and that is to earn $1 million a year with LifeVantage. Well, we know the plan for that. The plan is for us to have on our team, not personally sponsor, okay, but to have on our team 20 to 25 Eric and Sharon Fawcett's, San and Tara Nix, Johnny Price out of Raleigh, okay, who's a Pro 4 as well. And so this is what we're all looking for. So keep your eye focused, begin with the end in mind. Realize that, yes, it's tough in the beginning, but when you find some people who find some people, ultimately, they're going to get engaged, and it makes your work lighter. The money will eventually increase the amount of work that you're doing so that it's worth it. And you'll be able to celebrate not only during your lifetime, but be able to pass it on in perpetuity to your kids and your kids' kids, right? Which they need, because our parents never built big dynasties. We weren't, what do they call them, trust babies, okay? But now we're having our kids as trust fund babies, which is a wonderful thing. But get my point, okay? You don't have to do it all, but you have to do it in the beginning. You have to sponsor. We're talking long time ago in Amway. They told us back then, Steve, if you're not where you are in business, sponsor 5 more people. He says, if you sponsor 5 more people, it'll not only change your business, but it'll change your life, right? And you do that, and you do it within a short period of time. The shorter period of time you do it, the better off it is. And eventually life will change. Eventually you'll find these nuggets, the John Prices, the Fawcett's, and the Nicks. You really will. And then your effort slows down. We're more engaged now than we ever have. Why? Because we want to see more people have the lifestyle that Renee and I have. Right? And first is called GOOD, G-O-O-D. Write that down on your pad. G-O-O-D, get out of debt. Okay? Oh, no, the Bible says, oh, nobody but your love. Right? And we're going to teach you how to make enough money that you pay off everything and you're completely financially free and completely debt free. And that's a wonderful way to be. It truly is. To get up, to do what you want every day, to eat where you want, to drive what you want, to live where you want, and to travel where you want, hang out with people like San and Tara in the Gulf of Mexico for 3 or 4 hours, just because you can, right? And so we love you guys. I hope this makes a difference for you. Use that tracker that Eric has got on our team Facebook group. Get there, download it. I mean, this thing is an incredible, incredible thing that will help keep your life on track for you to get your goals sooner than if you did not use it, okay? Because we know definitively those who write down every day what they're going to do, their purpose for the day, okay? Ecclesiastes, 3:19 talks about write these things on tablets. Sam Warren's a pastor. He knows this as well. You got to write things down every day. The person who writes down and follows through on that every single day reaches their goals 98% more times than those who don't. So anyway, we love you. It's been a good call. We appreciate you. We will be here next week with another teaching segment. But anyway, we love you. God loves you. Go out and have a successful week. Go find your new Pro 10 for your team this week. God love you. Bye-bye.